Hello guys, this Mrs. Jones here just to review with you what we've been working on in the classroom. For those of you that are Monday students, this is really for you. I'm sorry I'm not with you in the studio. Those are my travel days. So just to recap what we've been doing, we've been making our portfolios. You should be getting a manila folder from your teacher. And what we've been doing is we've been working through the monochromatic process of just drawing a picture using one color in many different shades and tints. What I had the students do was we laid out our hands and we then traced our hands. So you're gonna have two handprints here once you've laid them down. Here's a few examples, and then I'm gonna walk you through on how to create your own. So this one's all in greens. This one was all in reds with pinks because pink is that lighter tint, and red and dark pink is that darker hue of the red. Here's one that I started on Friday with the purple group, and then I'm gonna start one with you here on the back, okay? So what you will need if you're at home, you can use a pencil. You could use a Sharpie, depending on if you have it. If you don't have it, you can use like a dark black marker, or you can use a crayon. Really, honestly, you can use crayons. So I've got all that here while I'm at home working for this project. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I need to do is I need to lay out my hand. Now, if you don't want to do this in your marker and you want to start with your pencil, that's fine. I'm not going to. I realize that I'm going to get it on my hand, and that's okay because I can wash my hands when I'm finished. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to lay my hand out flat, spread my fingers out, and I'm just going to start going around my hand. Now the tricky part is going to be doing my right hand, which is my writing hand, because my left hand is not my dominant hand. My right hand is. So bear in mind that it might look a little funny to you because some of my lines might be a little wiggly, and that's okay. If you don't want your lines wiggly, if you're worried about that, you can always ask someone at home if they can help you trace your hand. But I'm going to go ahead and work on mine. Like I said, I am not left-handed, but I'm going to work through this as best as I can. Once I get both hands outlined, I can then start adding designs and shapes and patterns. Okay, so it's not too bad. I like to go around mine just a little bit more to make the hand a little bit more dominant and just standing out more. So I'm going to go around this. Notice I'm leaving some of those gappy spaces. That's okay. If you don't like having the gappy spaces, go back and fill them in. I kind of like the gappy spaces. I might even go around a third time. Something just a little bit different than I have on the other ones. All right, so I've gone around one more time on this one. I'm thinking about what and where and what patterns I might want for other parts of the hand. So when I'm looking at this, I'm trying to think of zigzags and swirls and triangles and rectangles and dots and swirls and wavy lines and things that I want to bring into this picture. Sometimes I want to bring off of a line that already exists and then have fun with the remainder. Sometimes I like to build off of other lines. And then I might want to come back and I might want to make something that would repeat a thought from earlier or a design from earlier, kind of this bringing it in and dialing it in, so to speak. Sometimes I might want to make some lines thicker and thinner, and I could do that by running my marker up next to it and then coming back and filling that area in to kind of make a thicker line. All right. Sometimes if I had those thicker lines, I might want to come back and I might want to put dots or squiggles or zigzags in those lines. But whatever I do, I want to think about the whole picture as well. How I can tie this hand to this hand. Okay, so when I think and I come back through, I might even go ahead and just do one outline on this side. Instead of doing 3 on this side, I'm just going to come back and I'm going to have some fun making some zigzags across my hand. I might even come back and make it off to that side. And then I might want to think about what I have in the hand itself, into the fingers. I might want to make some zigzags come down through my fingers. Maybe inside them too. Just for fun. All right? And when I'm finished with that, I got to think about the background itself. So in some of these other ones, I had lots of different varieties in the background, and sometimes those varieties came when I started adding the color. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to add some lines. I'm going to add like a, what I would call like a horizon line. We've talked about this horizon line before. It's like where your sky and your grass meet. But this line is going to kind of help guide me and connect me with the other areas that are in my picture. I'm just going to have one more to kind of connect these two areas. And then there might be a peak here too as well to kind of tie in with that other group. I'm going to switch out and go to colors. At this point you could use your markers. That's mainly what we were using, markers and color pencils in the classroom, or you can even use crayons. Okay, if you're at home and you don't have the markers available, just go ahead and use your crayons. But remember, we are doing all of monochromatic, so it's one color. So you could use both. If you want to use a green marker and you only have one, you could pick up a green crayons. Okay, I have one that's dark and one that's light. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use the green, and I can come back in and I can start adding some of those greens throughout, filling in some of those areas and just having a fun time filling in and thinking through where things would look okay together and where things would not look okay together. And I can even start adding other things, not just filling in, but I can start adding more, whether it be dots or lines or squares or triangles or whatever it is that I'm adding to this. I can start doing that process now too as well. So I'm going to finish this one part right here on this side, and then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So in the background here, if I wanted to start adding some like sun, like coming up over half circle kind of type things, I could do that. Could have some that are coming behind the fingers. Now, notice here, this one's not, adhering to that tape very well, so you may have to think through where you put your marker, because if it's like this marker, it's not sticking to that spot where the tape is. Think too about how you might want to fill something in. Maybe you're using lines. Or maybe you're using cross-hatching. Remember we talked about cross-hatching where things look like a tic-tac-toe board. Think about patterns and how you could use those as you continue to work. Okay? So maybe this one over here is my cross-hatching again. And this one over here is my lines. Okay, so keep working as you go, filling it in, having fun, using your monochromatic, your one color. I'm going to switch out over here to some crayons and show you what those might look like with this. So I've got this lighter one here. And then I've got this darker one as well. Crayons will do just fine on this. So if you were to use crayon, you would be fine. You wouldn't have any complications, or it would look great. Those Monday friends that have these portfolios at home, these stay at home with you. These do not come back to school. They're for you to keep your work in neatly at home, because that's what portfolios are for artists like you who are working at home, to keep their work safe from getting destroyed. Okay, so this is what monochromatic is about. It's about using one color in many shades of light tints, or the shades that might be a darker green, even like a forest green. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I'm looking forward to it. Feel free to take a picture, a snapshot of it. You can email it to me, or you can post it on the Google Classroom underneath monochromatic. That's how we've been turning in our work. If you have a question about how to turn in your work, I'm more than welcome to walk you through those steps and help you get it turned in.